Welcome back to the podcast here with another episode, but this time on financial health. We will be focusing more on the mental aspect as well. I'm here again with Jacob and King. How we doing, fellas?
Hey everyone, glad to be back for a third episode. I'm excited to talk about financial health, everybody.
Hi, guys. I'm also glad to be back for our final episode of our podcast. I'm excited. Let's get started.
Yeah, today we're going to talk more about our financial journeys and kind of how we made it through our college career with it as well. I know all three of us had different paths that we took. I'm hoping that we can help a student go down the correct path. There's many paths out there, so not just one is correct. Personally, I always had a job throughout college. If that was working valet or I worked at Full Throttle for a little bit, like I always had a job throughout college. And now I work full time as well in IT. So um, I was always saving just in case of emergencies, but I always made sure I kind of had that financial backing in my career here at Miami.
Yeah, I've always had a job during college as well, not only for the money, but also to like grow as a person because you need that to even
Mm-hmm.
if you're going through college, it makes it harder, but also teaches you a lot of things.
Yeah.
Um, I also started a side business. Well, it was a side business. Now it's full time for me, but it brought in a lot of extra cash during the weekends and stuff like that, so I could get money for that. And then it kind of just blew up to where now I'm doing it full time and I'm still in school full time. But it gives me a lot more financial freedom and flexibility with my schedule doing a side business. So I would say I would recommend starting a side business if you could, or if you have an idea, just do it. Um, you can base it around your own schedule
Mm-hmm.
for school and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely agree. Pertaining to the side hustle, like I personally have a side hustle right now. Like I'm a full time artist. So I've a couple of years ago I started doing like commission work. So I would sell like portraits to people for some extra money, and it really added up. So just having a side hustle to fall back on as like a safety net, that's always a good way to go. I personally always had a job throughout college as well. I was fortunate enough to have parents that taught me the importance of money and how to value working and earning money. They never really taught me the get rich quick scheme. They really instilled in me the values of putting the time in, money will come. If you're
right,
consistent. So like a little story of mine that I have when I was 11, to the time I was 14, my parents and my siblings, we had our own business. Like my parents started our own family business. We sold Italian ice, so we had a garage full of different flavors of Italian ice, and we would travel to these different festivals all around the Metro Atlanta area in Atlanta, Georgia. And running this business taught me a lot of valuable, strategies and methods on how to handle money, how to run money, how to, interact with customers. Just it taught me the values of being a good hard worker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But throughout college, I've worked several jobs. I've done fast food, I've done factory jobs, I've done UPS and FedEx. Just a bunch of different jobs to make sure I had some form of employment because regardless of if you want to work for somebody or not, it does build character, and it always feels a lot better to be able to take care of yourself and to be an independent person. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's my take on it.
Yeah. I mean, even from a side of all these jobs, like, yeah, it seems like we all worked off campus, but there's plenty of opportunities on Miami's campuses. For example, you could work in the rec center, IT department, daycare. There's plenty. So traveling is really not an excuse to not get a job in college. With that being said, I've had many of friends work during the summers, save all of their money just so you don't have to have that stress during the school year. So if you plan correctly, you can kind of get away from the working during school and just kind of go down that path as well. So,
yeah, I agree that a lot of people that I know also worked during the summer to save up as much as they could. I think it kind of gave everybody like a little cushion going into the next semester so they could start that next semester strong. You know what I
mhm.
mean? Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I can relate to that too. I mean, yeah, I worked throughout the school year, but I definitely worked a lot more during the summer. just to make sure I was more stable. I mean, I worked valet throughout the summers, and I was working 40, 50 hours a week just so during the school year I could work maybe Fridays and Saturdays. And if I wanted off a Saturday, I could, just because I had that financial backing. And I was also kind of blessed enough to have, however, I really needed the help. My parents would step in, but I never actually needed to. So it was just kind of nice having that.
I think I may be crazy. I may be one of those cases, people who just is just insane. Like this last semester, I did full-time basketball and did 3 jobs.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And did full-time school. So, like, I know it seems like it's impossible to be able to, do school and work full-time, but it's possible. This is coming from a scholar athlete, you know what I'm saying? It's all about prioritizing your time. You know what I mean? That's all it really comes down to. If you really want to do it, you'll be able to.
Yeah, I also wanted to add in like a little tip for saving money or budgeting. So me and my wife, we do we have like a budget book that has like 20 different clear envelopes in them, and they all have their own name on them. So one's groceries, one's car payment, one's house payment, the list goes on and on. But I think if you're a college student and you're not making a ton of money, or you just still want to budget yourself so you know what you're paying towards, doing one of those books really helps save, and also really helps like ease your mind. So I would definitely look into that, do research on that. There's tons of YouTube videos on it. So yeah, I think that's super important to do going through college.
For sure. Budgeting is important.
Yeah, and I still do that, like, to this day, like, even outside of college. Like, this is something you're going to do the rest of your life, so you might as well start kind of preparing now.
Right.
But yeah, that was a great point to bring up, just because the importance of budgeting. And what I've always heard is budgeting is your biggest raise. Yes, you might get 5 to 10% raises on your job a year, but if you cut out your eating habits, anything like that, you could give yourself basically a 20% raise just cutting your spending habits. But
exactly, you really don't realize how much you spend on silly little things until you start budgeting like that, because you might say, I put $40 into going out to get fast food or food this week, but usually you spend like 80. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really realize how much it is until you do it.
Yeah, it holds yourself accountable, for sure.
For sure. Am I the only one that has those random subscriptions on my phone that take out random, $10, $16 here and there every month? Am I the only one that goes through
I get that too.
Yeah. I have so many subscriptions that,
that's a wallet killer.
If I got rid of them, it'd be so I'd be so much richer.
Yeah. Outside of that, I also kind of wanted to bring up this Miami University Regionals Work Plus program. Work Plus is a program designed to benefit partnered employees of Miami University regional students. Once you're hired by one of the partners, your tuition and general fees are paid for by the employer. So you'll also get paid weekly with these as well. So you'll just have to work the next calendar year with them. But for them to pay for your tuition, you can't beat it.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah.
So I never went down that path, but I did know someone who did do that down the path, and he did not regret it.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. Does anyone else have anything today you want to talk about, or?
I do want to add, like, if you're worried about having to pay for college and also pay for your life, there's also jobs out there that will pay, like what Grant was saying, they will literally pay your tuition.
Yeah, mine's doing that right now, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
stress reliever.
So if that's something that you're worried about, I would also explore those options. A lot of people are doing it, whether it's they're giving you a scholarship or if they're just paying your tuition. I would definitely look into that if that's something that you're interested in.
Facts.
Anything else, guys? I think we touched on most of the subjects.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think pretty good, man.
Perfect. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for taking their time out of the day and listening to our podcast. If you guys have any questions, I'll put our emails in the description. Just feel free to reach out to us. But
Yeah, thanks everybody. We enjoyed sharing our experiences with you, and we all hope that you gained something from what we had to say. I do want to say, don't be scared to reach out to someone if you need help. Every student, every person in this world has their own struggles, so
Mhm.
I
Most
think it's
definitely.
important to ask for help if you need it. So.
Most definitely.
All right. Sounds
Thanks.
good. Thank you guys. Have a good one.